On a bustling space station named Zarnath, a great meeting was about to take place. Delegates from many alien races gathered under the shimmering lights of the Grand Hall. The air buzzed with excitement and tension. Humans, known for their curiosity and strength, had been invited to join the Peace Summit. They were ready to discuss trade, safety, and friendship among the stars. As the meeting began, the leader of the conference, an alien named Vexor, stepped forward. He was tall with green skin and many eyes, and he spoke with a booming voice. "Welcome, esteemed delegates. We are here to create a better future together." His words echoed around the room, and everyone clapped, eager for the discussions to come. Among the human representatives was a woman named Captain Sarah Thompson. She was brave and smart, with a reputation for finding solutions in tough situations. She sat with her fellow humans, proud to represent her planet. They were all excited to show the galaxy what humans could offer. However, not everyone was on board with the humans. Some aliens looked at them with sneers and whispered among themselves. One delegate, a blue-skinned creature named Gralith, stood up, cracking a sly grin. "I hope the humans brought their toys. We wouldn't want them to feel left out." The room fell silent. Gralith's comment was a thinly veiled insult. He thought it was funny, but it struck a nerve with the humans. Captain Sarah felt her cheeks flush with anger. She wanted to respond, but she knew it was important to stay calm. She glanced at her team, and they shared concerned looks. This was not how they had hoped to start the summit. Vexor, noticing the tension, tried to lighten the mood. "Let us focus on cooperation, shall we? There is much to discuss." But the damage was done. Gralith's joke lingered in the air, making it hard for the humans to shake off their anger. As the discussions continued, Gralith made more jokes at the humans' expense. The aliens laughed, believing their humor showed superiority. Captain Sarah tried to stay composed, but she felt her patience wearing thin. The other human delegates whispered among themselves, sharing their frustration. They had come to build bridges, not to be insulted. After a few hours of back-and-forth discussions, it became clear that the aliens did not take humans seriously. They saw them as naive, thinking they could be easily pushed around. As the session ended, Captain Sarah stood up, her heart pounding. "We are not here to be the butt of your jokes," she said firmly. "We are here to talk about how we can work together. Respect is important if we are to build a future." The room fell silent again, but this time it was different. Some aliens shifted uncomfortably, while others exchanged glances. Vexor nodded, understanding the weight of Sarah's words. "Indeed, we must treat each other with respect," he said slowly. "That is the foundation of any relationship." But Gralith laughed, brushing off the seriousness of the moment. "Respect? How amusing. Perhaps humans think they deserve special treatment." His words echoed mockingly, drawing chuckles from a few other delegates. Captain Sarah's heart raced. She felt a surge of anger rising within her. How could they be so blind to their arrogance? She took a deep breath, reminding herself to remain composed. "We are all part of this galaxy," she said, her voice steady. "We all deserve respect no matter where we come from." The alien laughter faded, replaced by murmurs. Some delegates looked thoughtful, while others continued to frown. Captain Sarah knew that their mocking would not be forgotten easily. As the meeting concluded, she and her team walked away, feeling disheartened. Once outside, Sarah turned to her colleagues. "We need to show them that humans are not weak. We are strong and we will not be disrespected," she declared. Her team nodded, feeling a spark of determination ignite within them. This was just the beginning. They would find a way to turn this insult into something powerful. As they left the meeting hall, Sarah looked up at the stars, her mind racing with ideas. She knew that the galaxy would soon realize the true strength of humanity. The insult had been thrown, but it would not define them. Instead, it would fuel their fire to unite and stand strong against those who thought they could belittle them. The humans were ready to show their true power, and they would not back down. After the insulting meeting on the space station, Zarnath, Captain Sarah Thompson, and her team returned to their ship, the Star Voyager. The atmosphere was tense. They had come to build relationships, but instead they faced ridicule. As they boarded the ship, Sarah could see the frustration on her crew's faces. They had to do something to turn the tide. "Gather everyone in the common room," Sarah ordered, her voice firm. The crew quickly assembled, their expressions a mix of anger and confusion. Sarah stood at the front, her heart racing. "We all felt the disrespect today. But we need to channel this anger into something powerful. As the crew members settled in, they shared their feelings about the meeting. Some expressed their hurt, while others voiced their outrage. "They think we're weak," shouted Alex, one of the younger crew members. "They laughed at us." Sarah nodded, understanding their pain. "I know it feels that way, but we cannot let their mockery define us. Instead, we can show them the true strength of humanity. We need to unite and stand together." The room buzzed with energy as her words sank in. Ideas began to flow, and the crew started brainstorming ways to respond. "What if we share our stories?" suggested Jenna, the ship's engineer. "Let the galaxy know how we've fought for our place among the stars." "That's a great idea," Sarah replied, encouraged by her team's enthusiasm. "Let's use social media to spread our message. We'll show everyone the real spirit of humanity, our resilience, our creativity, and our willingness to stand up for ourselves." With that, the crew sprang into action. They decided to create a video that would showcase their history, from the struggles of early humanity to their achievements in space. Each member of the crew would contribute, sharing personal stories and what being human meant to them. Over the next few days, the Star Voyager transformed into a bustling hub of activity. Crew members worked tirelessly to film and edit the video. They shared stories of bravery, teamwork, and sacrifice, highlighting moments where humans had come together to face adversity. One story stood out: the time humans united to save their planet from environmental disaster. Captain Sarah shared her own tale of courage, where she led a mission to rescue a stranded crew on a distant moon. Her passion shone through, inspiring everyone to dig deeper into their experiences. As they worked, the crew also reached out to other human communities across the galaxy. They connected with various ships and colonies, asking them to share their stories too. Slowly but surely, they built a network of humans who were ready to stand together against the disrespect they faced. The day finally came when the video was ready to be launched. The crew gathered in the common room, excitement buzzing in the air. "This is our chance to show the galaxy who we really are," Sarah said, looking at her team. "Let's do this together!" With a deep breath, they pressed the button to publish the video. As it spread across the galaxy, humans from various worlds began to watch and share their own stories. The video quickly gained momentum, garnering attention from not just humans, but aliens too. Soon, the hashtag #NowHumans began trending. Humans shared their experiences, and many aliens started to take notice. Some were curious, others were surprised, and a few even felt shame for their earlier mockery. In the midst of this, Captain Sarah received messages of support from humans everywhere. Communities that had previously felt isolated began to rally together, sharing resources and stories. They felt a sense of pride in their humanity that had been overshadowed by the aliens' jokes. Meanwhile, the alien races watched in disbelief as the number of views climbed. They had underestimated humans, believing their unity was weak. But now, the galaxy was witnessing something powerful, a force that could not be easily dismissed. As the days passed, the tides began to shift. Alien leaders, once full of arrogance, started to see the strength in human unity. They realized they had underestimated the power of the human spirit. Back on the Star Voyager, Captain Sarah and her crew celebrated their success. "We have shown them our strength," she said, a smile lighting up her face. "This is just the beginning. We will not let anyone disrespect us again." With renewed energy, the crew prepared for the next steps. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united and stronger than ever. The galaxy would soon learn that when humans get angry, they come together, and that unity is a force to be reckoned with. As the Star Voyager floated among the stars, Captain Sarah Thompson felt a sense of determination and pride growing within her crew. Their video, showcasing the strength and unity of humanity, had gone viral across the galaxy. Messages of support poured in, not only from humans but also from some sympathetic aliens. Yet, Sarah knew that the real challenge was still ahead. They needed to show the aliens that humans were more than just a target for jokes. The crew gathered in the common room, buzzing with excitement. "We need to demonstrate our capabilities," Sarah announced. "Let's plan a public demonstration of our technology and teamwork. We'll show the galaxy what we can do." The crew erupted in cheers, inspired by the idea. They began brainstorming ways to showcase their advanced technology and skills. Jenna, the ship's engineer, suggested a grand display of their ship's capabilities. "We could simulate a rescue operation," she proposed. It would show our teamwork and bravery. Sarah loved the idea. That's perfect. We can invite other ships and even some alien representatives to watch. This will be a chance to show everyone that we are strong, united, and ready to help. The next few days were filled with preparation. The crew worked tirelessly, ensuring everything was perfect. They practiced their roles, running through different scenarios for the rescue operation. The atmosphere on the ship was electric, with everyone eager to prove their worth. As the day of the demonstration arrived, the Star Voyager was polished and ready. They chose a nearby moon, known for its beautiful landscape, as the site for the event. Captain Sarah sent out invitations to other ships, both human and alien, encouraging them to join and witness what humanity could achieve. The crew set up a central command area and prepared their equipment. The excitement grew as ships began to arrive. Some were human vessels, while others were alien crafts, curious to see what the fuss was about. Captain Sarah welcomed everyone, her heart racing with anticipation. "Thank you all for coming," she began, addressing the gathered audience. "Today we will show you the strength of humanity. We believe in teamwork, bravery, and unity. Let's demonstrate what we can do together." With a nod from Sarah, the simulation began. The crew executed their plan flawlessly, showing off their ship's advanced navigation and communication systems. They simulated a distress signal from a fictional stranded ship, and within moments, the Star Voyager sprang into action. Jenna directed the crew, coordinating their efforts to launch a shuttle. As the shuttle soared into the sky, the audience watched in awe. The humans worked together seamlessly, showcasing their training and skills. The demonstration was not just about technology, it was about teamwork and the human spirit. As the shuttle approached the stranded ship, the crew's excitement grew. They acted out a daring rescue, highlighting their ability to adapt and overcome challenges. Sarah's leadership shone through as she communicated with the shuttle crew, guiding them through each step. The audience was captivated and the atmosphere shifted. What began as skepticism turned into admiration. Many aliens whispered among themselves, realizing that they had underestimated humanity. They were not just a joke, they were capable and determined. After the successful rescue simulation, the crowd erupted in applause. Captain Sarah smiled, her heart swelling with pride. This was what she had hoped for, a chance to show the galaxy who humans really were. In the crowd, some alien representatives stepped forward, their expressions serious. "We did not realize your strength," one of them admitted, "a tall being with shimmering skin. You have shown us that we were wrong to underestimate you." Sarah nodded, accepting their words with grace. "Thank you for your honesty. We are here to build bridges, not walls. Together we can achieve great things." The demonstration ended, but the conversations continued. Humans and aliens began to mingle, sharing stories and ideas. What had started as an insult had turned into a moment of understanding and respect. As the sun set over the moon, Captain Sarah stood on the deck of the Star Voyager, watching her crew celebrate. They had proven themselves, and the galaxy was starting to see the true power of humanity. They were not just angry beings seeking revenge. They were a united force, ready to face the challenges of the universe together. In that moment, Sarah knew they had taken a significant step forward. The galaxy would remember this day, not for the insults they had faced, but for the strength and unity that had emerged from it. The journey was far from over, but with every challenge, the humans grew stronger. Together, they were ready for whatever lay ahead. After the successful demonstration, Captain Sarah Thompson and her crew felt a surge of confidence. They had proven their strength to the galaxy, and respect was starting to grow. But just as they began to celebrate their achievements, an urgent message interrupted their festivities. The Star Voyager's communication officer, Alex, looked worried as he listened intently to the incoming transmission. "Captain, it's an emergency," he said, his voice shaking. "A nearby colony is under attack by an unknown force. They are asking for help." Sarah's heart sank. "What do we know about the attackers?" Alex quickly glanced at the screens. "We don't have much information. The colony is on a small planet called Vortan, and they're reporting that the attackers are highly advanced. They're using ships we've never seen before." Without hesitation, Sarah turned to her crew. "We need to respond immediately. Set a course for Vortan. We cannot let innocent people suffer." As the ship zoomed through space, the crew prepared for what lay ahead. Jenna worked quickly to ensure all systems were ready for battle. "Captain, we should be prepared for anything. These attackers could be armed with advanced technology. I agree, Sarah said, her voice steady. We need to show them the strength of humanity, but we also need to protect the colony. Our goal is to help, not to escalate the situation. The crew gathered around the control panel as Vortan's image appeared on the screens. It was a beautiful planet with lush green forests and sparkling blue oceans, but it was now under threat. Dark ships hovered ominously above the colony, firing powerful beams of energy down at the surface. "We're almost there," Alex announced, his hands flying over the controls. The crew watched in silence as the colony's distress signal flickered on the screen, pleading for assistance. As the Star Voyager entered Vortan's atmosphere, Sarah gave orders. "We need to establish contact with the colony's leaders and gather as much information as we can. Let's see how we can help." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship. "Captain, we're being targeted!" shouted Jenna, her fingers dancing over the controls. The alien ships had noticed their presence and were locking onto them. "Evasive maneuvers!" Sarah shouted. "Everyone brace for impact!" The Star Voyager shook as energy blasts from the enemy ships whizzed past. The crew sprang into action, executing Sarah's orders with precision. Alex focused on navigating while Jenna worked on activating the ship's defense systems. "Deploy the shields!" she yelled, her heart racing. With a bright flash, the ship's shields came online, absorbing the blasts from the enemy ships. "We need to fight back," Alex urged. "If we don't, they'll destroy the colony." Sarah took a deep breath, knowing they had to act fast. "Jenna, can we target their weapon systems without causing too much damage?" "I'll try," Jenna replied, her focus unwavering. "We can disable their weapons without destroying their ships. That way, we can give the colony a chance to escape." "Do it!" Sarah commanded. She felt a rush of adrenaline. They were not just fighting for themselves, they were fighting for the people of Vortan. Jenna worked quickly, her fingers moving skillfully over the controls. The crew watched with bated breath as she locked onto the nearest enemy ship. "Targeting now!" she announced. "Fire!" Sarah ordered. A burst of energy shot from the Star Voyager, striking the enemy ship's weapons array. The ship's weapons exploded in a shower of sparks, leaving it disabled and unable to fire. The other alien ships hesitated, confused by the unexpected attack. "Good job, Jenna," Sarah shouted, feeling a rush of hope. "Let's keep going!" One by one, the crew disabled the enemy ships, using their skills and teamwork. With each successful strike, the crew's confidence grew. They were no longer just defending themselves, they were protecting innocent lives. As the enemy ships began to retreat, the crew turned their attention to the colony. "We need to contact the colony's leaders and help them evacuate," Sarah said, her voice steady. "We can't let them face this alone." Just as they began to communicate with Vortan's leaders, an urgent message came through. "Captain, there's something else," Alex exclaimed, panic in his voice. "A larger ship is approaching. It's much bigger than anything we've seen before." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. "Get ready for anything, everyone. We're not done yet." The battle for Vortan was just beginning, and the true strength of humanity would be tested. As the larger enemy ship approached, Captain Sarah Thompson felt the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. The crew of the Star Voyager had already fought hard to protect the Vortan colony, but now they faced a new challenge. The massive ship loomed in the distance, casting a shadow over the planet below. "Prepare for battle stations," Sarah commanded, her voice steady despite the rising tension. "We need to be ready for whatever they throw at us." The crew scrambled to their positions, adrenaline coursing through their veins. Jenna worked diligently to enhance the ship's defenses, while Alex monitored incoming scans of the massive enemy vessel. "This ship is different," he reported. "It's heavily armored and armed with technology we've never seen before." Sarah took a deep breath, knowing they needed a strategy. "Can we communicate with them?" she asked. "Maybe we can reach out and see what they want before engaging in a fight." "Good idea, Captain," Alex replied, quickly setting up a communication link. "But we have to be careful. We don't know their intentions." As the link opened, Sarah prepared herself. "This is Captain Sarah Thompson of the Star Voyager. We are here to assist the Vortan colony. What is your purpose?" Her voice echoed through the vast emptiness of space. There was a long pause before a response came through. "We are the Zircons," a deep voice replied. "We have come to claim this planet for its resources. Stand down and we will spare your lives." Sarah's heart raced. The Zircons were known throughout the galaxy for their aggressive tactics. "We cannot allow you to harm the Vortans," she said firmly. "We are here to protect them." Suddenly, a burst of static filled the communication channel. You humans think you are strong, but you are nothing. You will regret this. The link went dead. Here they come! Jenna shouted as the Zircon ship fired a volley of energy blasts toward the Star Voyager. The crew braced for impact, but Sarah was determined to protect the colony. Evasive maneuvers! She shouted. The Star Voyager twisted and turned, dodging the incoming fire. The crew worked as one, their training shining through as they targeted the enemy ship's weapons systems. They fired back, disabling some of the Zircon's weaponry. However, it quickly became clear that the Zircons were not backing down. The battle raged on and the situation grew desperate. Just when it seemed that all hope was lost, a sudden change occurred. The Zircon ship began to hesitate, their fire faltering. Sarah noticed something strange happening on their ship. "What's going on?" she asked, watching the screens closely. Alex frowned, adjusting the scanners. "Captain, it looks like there's a power struggle on their ship. Some of the crew are turning against their leaders. Can we exploit this?" Sarah asked, feeling a spark of hope. "Let's reach out again. We may be able to negotiate." Once more, they opened the communication channel. "Zircons, this is Captain Sarah Thompson. We see that there is conflict within your ranks. Let us help you. We can work together instead of fighting." A long silence followed, and Sarah held her breath. Finally, the deep voice of a Zircon leader responded. "We have always seen humans as weak, but perhaps we have been mistaken." "Then let's talk," Sarah urged. "We can help each other. The Vortans don't want conflict. Let's find a solution that works for everyone." After a tense moment, the Zircons lowered their weapons. "Very well, Captain. We will meet with you. But know this. There will be no second chances." The Zircons sent a small shuttle to the Star Voyager, and Sarah gathered her crew, preparing for the meeting. They all felt a mix of anxiety and excitement. This was a chance to turn enemies into allies. When the Zircon delegation arrived, they were imposing figures, tall and powerful with skin that shimmered in the light. Captain Sarah stood firm, ready to negotiate. "Welcome," she said, her voice steady. "Let's find a way to resolve this peacefully." The Zircan leader, a muscular figure named Cax, looked down at her with piercing eyes. "You have shown strength today, human, but can you be trusted?" Sarah nodded, her heart racing. "We only want to protect the innocent. The Vortans deserve peace just like everyone else. Together we can find a way to share the planet's resources instead of fighting over them." As they spoke, something remarkable happened. The Zircons began to soften, realizing that perhaps they could coexist. Cax listened intently, and after a long discussion, an agreement began to form. "Perhaps we can learn from each other," Cax finally said. "Your kind is not as weak as we thought." The crew of the Star Voyager felt a wave of relief wash over them. They had turned a potential enemy into a friend. As the meeting concluded, Sarah smiled, knowing that they had not only protected the Vortans, but had also built a bridge between two races. In that moment, the crew celebrated their victory. They had faced a crisis and emerged stronger. Together, they had shown that when humans got angry, they could turn the tide and forge new friendships. The galaxy was a little brighter that day, and Sarah knew that this was just the beginning of many great adventures to come.